Oh, that's a good story.
Guild!
Hey!
God! Joanne, what the hell are you doing?
Oh,
You breathing down there?
yeah, in and out, Frank. Sorry, I don't have enough floor space in the RV to do this.
So you're taking up the middle of the floor here? What are you trying to get more centered?
Well, the work-life balance thing got me thinking. God dang, it is nice to lay on the floor. Morgan from Albuquerque was right.
Get up for a second. I have news.
Oh, you did a 23andMe and finally met the family of wolves that raised you?
Margie's dead.
What? Oh my God.
Yeah, actually, maybe you should lay back down.
Okay.
In and out.
How did she die?
You know how she's got all those cats?
Okay.
She got toxoplasmosis.
But you don't die from toxo. It just gives you night sweats and a
Well, our
fever.
Margie tried to self-medicate with a whole jar of the funny fungi at the Wactus Cactus Music Festival.
Oh no, drug overdose.
No, you can't do that from shrooms.
Oh.
But it did trigger a psychotic episode during the Oysterhead set.
Oysterhead's touring again?
A woman is dead, Joanne.
Oh, right.
But she assaulted Les Claypool.
No!
And security tackled her.
And she what, cracked her head open?
No, they tased her a whole bunch though. If anything, it just supercharged her. She ran like a bear into the parking lot, got hit by someone's BMW.
Oh no, broke her back.
No, rolled off the hood.
Ow.
She cracked through the windshield, pulled the driver out, and she led police on a high-speed chase down the 114.
Oh, hairpin turns, drove off the side of the cliff.
Not our Mars. She's weaving, she's zigging, she's zagging, she's going 140 miles an hour. She makes it down to Cimarron, and then she crashes through the window of a Pinkberry. Big explosion.
And is that?
No! Jeez, can you wait? She jumped out at the last second. Police have her surrounded, so she takes a paring knife, holds the cashier hostage. The teenager bites her in the hand. She drops the knife. Police charge in, fire 158 bullets at her in 15 seconds.
Oh, she hates getting shot.
No, she wasn't. She rolled out of there wearing a mini fridge like a suit of armor. Bullets just ping, 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 ping. And she hightailed it into the desert. They lost her. She was out there for days.
Oh, she's starved?
No, she had a fridge full of melted passion fruit froyo, but then she lapsed into a diabetic coma.
Oh.
And then it was the coyotes.
No.
She managed to strangle the first one with her fanny pack. Real personal, it seemed. Then the rest came in and started tearing her to shreds.
And then what happened?
She died, Joe. That's really hitting you kind of hard there, huh?
No, it's just that is how Margie always said she wanted to go. She and that bully are finally gonna duke it out in Valhalla.
All shiny and stone. Here, let me help you back up.
Thanks. You know, I'm gonna honor her tonight, on the air.
An impromptu memorial service? Not super sexy.
But let me work my magic.
Sure, it gets pretty gruesome.
She's a fan favorite.
She was on at 3 a.m.
We're a bunch of night critters out here. Excuse you. You ready to play me in or not?
Yeah, get the dirge queued up. Playing the song that Margie requested in 5, 4.
Good night, cuties, and welcome to Josie's Lonely Hearts Club. I'm your host, Josie Heller. Let's spend the night together. Before we get to our regularly scheduled sauciness, I've got a bit of somber news from KDNM. Marjorie Ramesh, who we all know, the host of our very own Margie's Magical Mixtape, is no longer with us. She's twirling glow sticks in that big rave in the sky. But this isn't a vigil, it's a wake. Margie died doing what she loved, and wouldn't want anyone to shed any tears on her behalf. No. Live fast, die young, leave a good-looking corpse. That was her credo. We don't all have the recklessness or, frankly, the bodily fortitude to live that way, but we can ask ourselves, when we get to that party with the heavenly host, what have we got to brag about? Whose lives have you touched, and how well did you touch them? Or maybe, like me, you're afterlife agnostic, and that makes leading a life well lived even more imperative. Take it to the limit, smoke 'em if you got 'em, and suck it down to the filter. If you can't do it for me, well, do it for Margie. Get your Paul bearings and dial me up at 505-555-KDNM. Frank, you can't spell funereal without fun. So bring in our first casket case, won't you?
I think I could probably dig someone up. This is Irene calling in from Longmont.
Irene from Longmont, welcome to the show.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. So, I have been dating my boyfriend, Bradford, for about a year and a half now. Early into our first conversation at this brewery, it was some small thing like, I mentioned a band I like, and he said, oh, my ex-wife.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. My ex-wife, Rachel, loved that band. Rachel died. She had a tiff with breast cancer. I guess she unfortunately lost. But she wins in the way that he is still obsessed with her.
Oh.
She did some painting. It's still up on the canvas.
Oh.
I mean, her clothing is in the drawers.
Ugh.
The toothbrush is still in the cup. And if I forget mine, he's like, don't worry, we have an extra.
Has it made it difficult to get things started with Bradford? Do you feel a little uncomfortable?
Oh, gosh, no.
Oh.
A little friendly competition? Oh, I'll take it, girl.
Okay.
All of her photos still hang in the home.
Uh-huh.
And you know what? She is so hot.
Oh.
We talk about her so frequently, I almost feel like I know her. And I know him well, again, dating a year and a half, but she's sort of the more interesting one to me. This woman has captured my heart, my life, it's almost more like I'm dating her more than him. I mean, he's there and, she's the one I'm thinking of and I'm feeling.
Wow. I have to tell you, Irene, this is not where I thought this was going to go. And is the goal to make it work with Bradford? At the expense of Rachel?
Here's the thing. Sometimes I imagine my life without Bradford. I imagine not being with him, leaving him. But the thing is, I couldn't ever leave him because it would mean leaving her.
Would you be able to be platonic friends and still carry on Rachel's memory?
I've thought about that, but here's the thing. Once he goes to bed, that's when I'm really able to dig into the old jewelry. She's got this great antique jewelry collection that still remains. And, I try things on. I pretend I'm her. We were just friends. We met for coffee. We went to the breweries. We went out. Maybe I went to his house, but I didn't have that alone time of when he was asleep. I wouldn't really be getting into sort of the more voyeuristic version of who I've been able to be by being romantic partners with him.
Yeah, I see what you mean. He has given you access. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, and wherever Rachel is, I'm sure she'd recognize that and smile on you from wherever she is or isn't.
Oh gosh, I hope so. Yeah, I really do.
Has he ever called you Rachel in bed?
Oh wow, I wish.
Now, I wonder, would you be able to grab a Ouija board or try a seance or something?
I know, that actually inspired me because I just feel like you kind of almost landed on our next great date night.
Oh.
I usually spend my time with her on my own and not necessarily with him, and he has his alone time with her as well. But what if it was like the three of us?
I mean,
with a Ouija board or a seance, and we were all there, the three of us. We haven't had the three of us yet. You know?
Want to be in a ghostly throuple?
I mean, we already spend 3 nights a week under one roof, but we could all admit that to each other.
It sounds like you and Bradford have a very progressive and above board and communicative way that you've looked at it. You have never said, I want to supplant your late wife. Look, if there's a medium, somebody you could contact in order to make that contact, it sounds like that might be a way to progress things.
And at least then I'll know that I really gave it a chance. And if it's not meant to be the three of us and I'm not meant to be with him, at least it's like I asked her out.
You gave it the old paranormal college try. I hope Bradford is amenable to these plans. Please, for my own morbid curiosity, do call back.
Oh gosh, I would love that.
So much. You and your Mr. Havisham can go off into the sunset together with a ghostly third.
Thank you. Wow, can't wait.
Of course. Thanks, cutie. Anyone else to talk to out there, Frank?
The next person dying to talk with us is Donovan, calling in from Fort Collins, Colorado.
Donovan from Fort Collins, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Of course.
I am a creative writing professor here at the university here in Fort Collins, and my wife, Kim, died in the university library here. It was a tragic bookshelf collapse that took her life, and it's been very intense, and I have been emotionally very torn up and feeling things that I didn't think I would feel. And there has been a local Fort Collins detective, Detective Gordon is her name, who has been investigating the case and asking me a lot of questions that I think are beyond where were you and what happened. But Josie, the heart wants what the heart wants. And I do believe that Detective Gordon, who is single, I believe she brought that up, not me, there is a connection between the two of us. And I believe that the pain and the rawness and the hurt that I am feeling could be soothed romantically by Detective Gordon, and I understand how that sounds. With these conversations we've been having, I don't think I'm the only person thinking this.
Okay. Wow. First, Donovan, let me say that I am so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
How recent did this happen?
It's gonna be 1 week tomorrow.
Oh my, that is recent indeed. Are they investigating the death as a crime?
An accident has not been ruled out, but foul play, Josie, has also not been ruled out, no.
Detective Gordon, was it?
Yes.
Got it. In interviewing you, her questions have been extra probing and extra intimate, and you think she might actually be making a pass at you?
I do think that, yes.
Okay, well, grief, there's no one way to do it. The emotions, they come hard and fast. They go from anger to relief to sadness to horniness, and I can see how you may wonder if some companionship in this time might ground you. Now, have you considered perhaps she is testing you? Perhaps she wants to establish if you were a faithful husband.
You know, I not thought about that, Josie, and that is, that would hurt.
Detective Gordon has to look at you as a suspect. I have to look at you as a human. And I just don't want you to throw away the memory of your life into a haphazard love affair with a lady cop, as scintillating as that sounds. And I know it would make a page-turner, a real bestseller. The Widower, an out-of-work novelist, maybe a disgraced novelist. His wife tragically dies under mysterious circumstances. And well, of course, the widower is bereaved, and yet there is an attraction, an undeniable attraction. But the problem is with the detective who is investigating the wrongful death of his wife. And so, of course, Donovan is the lead suspect.
Wow, Josie, what a phenomenal idea. I mean, I don't want to think about the literary success that has evaded me, but...
Yeah, I understand. But just hang on a second. It's just for first draft stuff. I mean, look, you can cut it. But still, I mean, the loyalties that would be tested and pushed to their breaking point, and the whole time the readers are going, did he do it? Did he do it or did he not do it? Is he an innocent man? Is the cop playing him? Is she playing him? Is he playing her? Where is this web going to stop? I think we're really cooking here. And I'm just saying, you get your query letters all set together because it is a taut, erotic, psychological crime thriller that keeps you guessing until the very last page.
No, I hadn't even really thought of that, Josie, that this could be, that is a silver lining on this dark cloud of that. And
of course, a woman is dead. A woman, okay. That's just art imitating life, and life in this moment is not fun or entertaining. It's sad.
You know, Josie, I'm going to begin outlining that novel as soon as I hang up this phone, and I'm also going to make a quest for library safety and bookshelf safety. You know, I feel a lot of purpose, and I thank you. I thank you for giving me that purpose.
Donovan, I'm so happy that I could help you see, as far away as it might be, a light at the end of this long, dark tunnel.
Thank you so much, Josie. Thank you.
Oh, the pleasure was all mine. Thanks, cutie.
Sounds like that guy was dealing with a real crush. Too soon?
Well, maybe not for him. 6 days. Whew! Wow. Hey. Anyway, one thing I don't need a Ouija board to see is that this show can't run itself. Sit tight, cuties. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
And, yep, we're out.
Hey, topical question. What are you going to do when you die?
I am going to start decomposing, like Mozart.
No, I mean, like, what does your will say?
Oh, it says to get lost.
What?
You know, where there's a will, there's a way.
Oh, boy. So you don't have one?
Why? I mean, I can let the vultures fight over my air fryer.
You have no preferences whatsoever for an end-of-life plan?
I don't know, I'm going to be dead. Put me in the ground, shoot me into space, donate my perfect brain and body to science. It means nothing to me.
Nothing to bequeath?
Joe, I'm getting bequeathy over here. Come on, I'm a simple man. I need a living trust.
So you're telling me that if you went outside right now, got torn neck to nads by a coyote, you've got nothing in place? No next of kin, no nothing.
You want my box set of scrubs that badly? You just put a green sticker on it after the funeral.
I don't need nurse pants. I'm asking if you've ever thought about your own mortality.
So, Nora talked to you then?
Your sister, Nora? No, I don't think I've ever exchanged more than like a hey, hello, wave at her. Why?
Nothing. It's just family stuff.
I thought you don't do family stuff.
I don't. And look at me continuing not to do it. Let's get back to the show, okay? All right, we're back in 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, cuties. It's Josie's Lonely Hearts Club. We are honoring our dearly departed Marjorie Ramesh and celebrating life in all of its forms. Frank, have we got anybody on the line?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's YOLO our way into Chase from ABQ.
Chase from Albuquerque down the road. How's it going, neighbor?
Hey, Josie, it's good to hear from you. I'm going to keep things short. I think my wife is going to get me killed.
Hey, context, please.
Well, she's a bit of a firecracker. She's a daredevil,
Oh.
you know. We've gone spear fishing in the Great Barrier Reef, got dry humped by a tiger shark, gone catfish noodling in Louisiana, we go skydiving every chance she gets, boar hunting in Tuscany, cliff diving in Monaco, is all of it. And
Wow.
now she wants to go spelunking in Baja, which is cartel country. If you look at the State Department's map, it's all red. You know, I just think my odds are starting to run down.
Oh, I see. Your wife's name?
Sherry.
So, Chase, how long have you and Sherry been married?
Oh, we've been married for about 2.5 years now.
Uh-huh. Together long before that?
No, we got married a month after we met.
Oh, so she really is a thrill seeker. My gosh. When did you find out that she was such an adrenaline junkie?
The first time we met at a pancake breakfast for a local politician. By the end of the day, we were skydiving,
Huh.
and we got married a month later.
She wastes no time. She carpes that diem.
Yes, she does. I'm an outdoors guy myself. I'm a seasonal firefighter. I served in the Merchant Marine. I have no problem getting out there, and at first I thought we were doing it together. You know, it's hard to tell sometimes when that feeling of falling in love and the thrill of it gets confused and camouflaged with the thrill seeking.
There we go. Now we're peeling the layers back. It is not that you are saying, I want you to stay at home and be housebound.
No.
You're not just ripping all of the independence away from her. No doubt that's what attracted you to her in the first place.
Heck yes.
There's an acceptable amount of risk. So, Chase, you're about 2.5 years into a marriage. And the beautiful thing about relationships, about marriages, is that they grow and they evolve and they change. Now, what do you see as the next step for the two of you? Or do you want to start a family?
I do want to start a family, and we talked about that. You know, but she's got these crazy ideas.
Oh, but like what?
Well, she wants to sail across the Pacific because she wants to give birth out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh.
You know, we got dogs. I was like, maybe we should get some dogs, you know, just little things to run around the house. And she got these mastiffs that she now wants to go hunting big game.
Oh.
You know, I'm just worried that I'm going to teach them how to play ball.
Uh-huh.
And she's going to come home and teach them how to use a flamethrower.
Oh.
You know, I'm going to teach them how to build a treehouse. And then she's going to make that a 5-story treehouse and put defense on it and spikes and nails and set it on fire. I don't know, something crazy.
Chase, first things first, make sure that you can feel safe in your own home and carve out that time for you to recharge. And let Sherry, within reason, go sow her freaky oats. Tear it up a little. Be the hellcat that it clearly sounds like she is. There's just a point where you gotta put away the kid stuff and forge ahead. With kid stuff, I guess.
I'm just scared she's going to lose that fire, you know, because I do love that about her.
Look, I'm a little bit of a hellcat myself, and I've never jumped out of a plane, but, you know, I do jump in the deep end, and I gotta tell you, that sort of spark, it never really goes away.
All right, so I'll put my trust and my faith in her and, you know, just hoping she stays safe and comes home to me and comes home to us and the kids.
Yeah. Just put your foot down and let her know that you don't have to put your life in danger to grow closer to her as a husband.
All right.
Now, look, you go and you talk from the heart, and I know it'll turn out okay.
Thank you, Josie.
You bet, cutie. Shall we take the plunge with the next caller?
Sure, let's dive in. This is Kathy from Springer.
Hey, Kathy from Springer. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Josie. I'm sorry. I lost my husband 2 weeks ago.
Oh, honey.
It's been a really weird and scary adjustment, going from 2 Ps to being a solo P, you know?
Yeah.
I'm really obviously distraught, and I don't know if it's the grief. I don't know if it's a lack of sleep and maybe not eating enough, because I see him everywhere.
Of course.
I feel crazy. In everything I do, I turn the corner in Jewel and I see him. I'm walking down the street and he's just driven the other way. Like I'm walking our dog and and I see him in the neighbor's yard. Like, it's...
A loss like that, our brain starts to play tricks on us.
Yeah.
And yeah, what was your husband's name?
Thomas.
There's a Thomas-sized hole in your life. You're not crazy. You're not alone.
I saw him when I was getting out of the shower, like lurking in the window.
Oh.
And then I saw him in the backyard jumping over the fence.
Oh, no.
He was in our garage and he was rinsing off his car tires because he was really weird about keeping them clean. 4 days ago, I went into the closet and all of his sweaters were gone.
Oh.
Also, like, his socks.
Oh.
I opened the cabinet and his favorite coffee mug was gone.
I can't stand to hear you heartbroken like this. How were things with Thomas in the days leading up to his accident?
Okay, so he was a little off. Usually when we go to the grocery store afterward, we go over our receipt together. And he wouldn't let me access his bank account.
Oh.
Josie, I did something bad. I snooped and I went into his accounts and it looked like he was in pretty bad debt.
I have to ask, I'm sorry, how did Thomas come to pass away?
So it's kind of weird. It had been 24 hours and I hadn't seen him. And I hadn't heard from him. I called him and nothing. And so I checked his location and it brought me to this bear cave. And Josie, oh my god, the blood and his clothes, his favorite flannel, they were just shredded. And it was so awful. The gore, I felt like it was in a horror movie. It was awful.
There was gore, there were body parts?
There was blood, there was no body.
I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
It was awful.
Now I'm going to ask you a weirder question.
Okay.
If Thomas was not dead, how would that go?
Are you implying that the love of my life faked his death?
Look, this tinfoil hat doesn't match my dress, but I have to put it on.
We told each other everything. I never even thought of this. I never even considered this, Josie. Oh my god.
What would it mean if he walked in the door right now and came clean to you?
I think I'd punch him in the throat.
I think that's a very...
Thomas! Thomas, if you can hear me!
Oh, bad, he's really dead.
Oh, that sounds a little...
The house, it just creaks sometimes.
It sounds like you're not seeing the facts in front of you or hearing that. Is that Thomas? Is that Thomas?
Pipe sound.
I don't know. How could it be? I'm sorry, this is too much. I have to go. Goodbye.
I can't judge anybody whose heart is in a state like that. Anywho, cuties, what a show we have had. I hasten to bet that Marjorie, wherever she is, would be proud of us for celebrating her in such a vivid and colorful way. We had a real New Orleans wake out here, so sit tight, cuties, because of course we have a show coming up after we wrap, and Frank knows what it is. It's the corrugation station.
Yeah, absolutely. Our DIY team has made a radio station entirely out of cardboard. And so tune in to listen to their all cardboard band transmitting across cardboard wires straight to you. I don't believe they've actually gotten it to work yet, so if it comes across as just 1 hour of static, that's on them.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what's not static. My love for you. It grows and grows each and every week. I look forward to talking to you next time. But until then, night-night, cuties.
All right, that's the show.
For the record, I want to be cremated.
Hot.
There are towns in Sweden that use the heat from the local crematorium in their homes. Isn't that sweet?
You're awfully morbid today.
No, it's just recycling. It's giving back. It's being useful even after death.
Witness how the Joanne Holtzinger uses every part of the dead friend. Is this how you get me into cannibalism?
If I wanted to do that, I'd lead with humans being tasty. Supposing that humans are tasty, I mean, if that's the case, I'm just hungry.
Oh, if I ever start looking like a bucket of fried chicken, you tell me, okay?
Will do. Sandstone's calling. I'm halfway out the door, believe me, but my 2 cents, just patch things up with Nora. I wish I had a sibling, even one to fight with.
We're not really fighting.
Well, then what is it?
My grandfather's sick, and Nora is trying to get me to go see him.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. First Margie and now this.
I wouldn't worry. He's not going to go. Bitterness has pickled him. He's going to be old and cranky and terrible for another 100 years.
My granddaddy and I were thick as thieves. He was the only person who could talk any sense into him. I'm sorry, this is about you.
No, it's about nothing, because we're not talking about
You don't know what he's going through, and it's not right to leave unfinished business. People can change.
Not this guy.
I don't know, buddy, but look, I'd hate for something to happen and have this haunt you. That's all.
Don't worry. I don't believe in ghosts.
Did you hear that?
Except for you, Margie. If you're out there, I believe in you. Hey, Joe, you can do the credits, right? I forgot I have
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Go easy on me, Marge. Josie's Lonely Hearts Club was created by Maximilian Clark and Rachel Music. Gosh, it's kind of cold in here. Our callers this week were David Lawson, Avra Friedman, Nick Reinhardt, and Aria Tereza Salai. This is the wind. Our story editor is Aliza Brugger. The show is brought to you by the Good Story Guild, and you can follow them on Instagram at Good Story Guild or join the Discord. It's in the episode description. If you've got anything that you want us to work out on air, well, then send a voice memo to audio@goodstoryguild.co, and who knows, Josie might play it in season 5. Anyway, I'm just gonna head out now. Night, cuties.